back straight, cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like, what you want? What you want?
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play fake. Mayfield rolling to his left. And incomplete to open things up. You talk about this Lions defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. In motion goes the tight end. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over.
1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 43. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Just beating the play clock is Goff. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Lions had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Goff now looks to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 4 yards.
To throw is Goff.
Second and 6.
And it's caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. And for Mayfield, this could be a free play. Open man, it's Palmer. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to let this one go deep. Touchdown! A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Here's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, Goff. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Trey Palmer, 31 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Gone. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now Goff. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Williams, a man in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Buccaneers' 13-yard line.
Goff now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown from 13 yards out. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That's completed right side to Palmer. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. In motion, the tight end. Here's Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Quality coverage that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And again, it's Mayfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And some room to run now. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
One of the better young players in the league. And Gibbs took this Lions offense to another level when he arrived last season. Explosive, beat you in a variety of ways. And that was on full display that time as he picks up a new set of downs for his unit.
Now Goff. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Goff now looking to throw.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Mayfield off the play fake. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mayfield.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin
Powering forward. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin,
75 yards. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Lions 14. Chase McLaughlin will kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, some strong running.
and he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be...
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. He's on his way.
And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
J.K. Dobbins
from 3 yards out.
And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Chase McLaughlin will kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Williams loses the football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. His throw, a good one, and it's caught. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Lions 14. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Goff. Going underneath. Gibbs has it. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On third down, here's Gibbs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Goff. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Goff.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They go play action. Mayfield. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs continue to pull away here in this first half. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Next to score, Buccaneers 42, Lions 14. Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA
Sports.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. To throw is Goff. Got his man. It's Williams. Loose inside the 30. Jamison Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 76 yards. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. To throw, Mayfield. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
2nd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Their own 27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. That held up there a long time, but it falls innocently and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Now Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. And some room to work. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 57 yards. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man and he hits him in stride. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play. Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's up.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
After the interception, here's Goff. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. McLaughlin for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Goff. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this is a situation where as a head coach you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
Now Goff. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Simple drag route here. Lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Still going. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Buccaneers 56, Lions 28.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Another run for Gibbs here. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Super one. 4 down.
Here's Goff. And my goodness, another interception. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton. And this is caught and in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talking about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. A shotgun snap for Goff. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play fake. Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Goff now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And now here is another interception.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. McLaughlin for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this...
Now 2nd and 5.
Goff.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Goff now looking to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Now Goff. Finding his big receiver Patrick over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one.
And my goodness, another interception. And now the rookie's free. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
From the 21, it's second and 10. They'll drop to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
The offense on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is third and 10. And now here is another interception. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Now 3rd down and very long. Throwing, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete.
I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, Goff. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Gibbs straight ahead. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
2nd down and 8. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Mayfield off the play fake. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one.
McLaughlin for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Buccaneers 87, Lions 28. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
30-yard run.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's Goff. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
One last throw here for Goff. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Buccaneers, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head.
Hey, yo, fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down, look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, Venmo or PayPal. Pumped up, Cinemax, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big drip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole take, wow. Big boss, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, D's. Fresh out the beta game